What's going on, the truckers? This is definitely breaking news for all trucking companies, fleets, and truck drivers going in and out of Florida. You know, they have their agriculture enforcement that we know. For the people that don't know what that is, their primary function is to inspect vehicles for compliance with state and federal plant quarantine regulations, looking for uninspected products, agriculture pests, and disease plants or animals. Right? Usually it's quick. They just drive through and then they just flag you over and you're good, right? Usually a lot faster than your weigh stations, right? But here's this uncovered development here. Now this is what's changed. Recent developments, 287G programs. All 23 FDACS agriculture inspection stations now serve as ICE checkpoints with officers deputized to enforce immigration laws, right? It states here a new station is planned near the Florida-Alabama line along Highway 231 to expand border enforcement efforts.
Today we are putting people who break the law on notice. If you come through these interstations and you're an illegal or breaking the law, you will be handed over to our local or federal partners. If you are driving a commercial vehicle and you are not proficient in English, we will comply with the president's executive order.
So what they're looking to do with these 23 stations is if you are a commercial driver, they are going to check you for English proficiency. They're going to check you if you're a legal driver and if you have a CDL from what they call one of the sanctuary states. That's definitely going to be a problem. Right. So I really wonder what this is going to do to the trucking industry, especially because there's a lot of drivers that are moving up and down Florida that definitely do not speak enough English. And secondly, they're going to catch a lot of people. A lot of people are going to get put out of service alone just for that English proficiency.
At this time, I'd like to turn the podium over to Attorney General James Uthmeyer.
Thank you, Commissioner. Obviously, most people in Florida are now aware of the serious tragedy that happened down in Southeast Florida. Someone that never should have been given a driver's license, much less a CDL license to drive larger commercial vehicles, engaged in reckless behavior that took 3 lives. Last night, we saw another example. We were able to arrest an individual who was in the country illegally, who was driving a commercial vehicle in Bay County. The individual, Roberto Carlos Vergara, has been arrested and is now under an ICE hold. There's no telling how many illegal aliens are in this country driving large commercial vehicles and putting American families in a safety risk every single day. And that's why efforts like what Agriculture Law Enforcement Commissioner Simpson are doing are so important. We have got to protect our American citizens from the dangers of the open border crisis and illegal aliens that may be engaging in behavior that injures people.
Mud truckers, comment down below. Want to let you know about this. Do you think that this is a good thing? Is it going to drive rates back up? Or do you think that's going to be pretty interesting when you see a lot of these companies not going into Florida anymore?
So we've made this arrest last night. We're continuing to crack down and interdict others that may have gotten into Florida from sanctuary states. As a reminder, in Florida, you cannot obtain a driver's license if you are an illegal alien. And if you have obtained a driver's license from one of these sanctuary states like California, Washington, or in the case of the driver from last night, New Jersey, those licenses are no good here. So I commend Commissioner Simpson and the Department of Agriculture for surging interdictions at these checkpoints. The legislature gave them over 85 new law enforcement positions in the special session earlier this year. Their forces, when full, will total almost 300, and many of these law enforcement officers will be stationed at the interdiction checkpoints coming into the state of Florida.
Now, here is a video basically stating all that we talked about here. Definitely listen up. if you do a lot of trips in Florida, if your trucking company does a lot of moves in Florida, definitely share this video out to them, because I'm telling you, there's going to be a lot of trucking companies not sending their trucks to Florida anymore.
So I commend them for conducting inspections to interdict illegal aliens, to ensure that people driving with these CDL licenses are equipped to do so, for making sure that people who do not speak English, do not have these licenses, and are not driving large commercial vehicles, putting American families on the road at risk.
First, I want to thank the Attorney General for his leadership, and also want to thank Commissioner Simpson for his leadership and our federal partners that we've been working with, ICE and our ERO. We have 23 stations. All of those are supporting in the front line of defense coming into and out of the state of Florida. Right now, just in the last 2 years under Commissioner Simpson's leadership, we've been able to locate over 400 stolen semi-trailers, and that is huge for us. Also, as just down the road, we have a vehicle pulled over with a driver that isn't illegal driving a motor vehicle. We are here to support the initiatives from our state government as well as our presidents, but also we're here to protect the state coming into and out of. And I'd like to thank our working relationships with our federal partners, our sheriffs, and our local police chiefs, and we'll continue to do everything in our power to keep Florida safe. Thank you.
Yeah, the question is, am I surprised that other states are granting these CDL licenses to illegal immigrants? I guess I'm not surprised, sadly, that states like California and Washington and sanctuary states want to do this. But I do think there is major liability here. Our office is investigating both the actions of other sanctuary jurisdictions as well as the agents and companies that provided these exams or lack thereof. It's hard to imagine a situation where somebody doesn't speak English can actually go through one of these exams and receive the necessary authorization. If you can't read street signs, how are you going to drive large commercial vehicles, 18-wheelers, tractor trailers in a safe manner? You could see it down in southeast Florida, right there where the truck turned and the unfortunate collision took place. There is literally a no U-turn sign that says official use only. For people, in the state that are driving, you see the little paths that cross over between the freeways, and you got fast-moving traffic. Oftentimes you see law enforcement or first responders there. It's a dangerous thing to do with such high-speed vehicles. So to do so in an 18-wheeler with surrounding traffic just shows the carelessness and the danger that was posed on other drivers in the area. So not surprised. Would like to see, our red states and our federal government work together to combat these policies, because they don't just impact the drivers in that state, as we've seen here. Drivers go into other states and ultimately put other state citizens at risk. So we'll continue to pursue any legal remedy we can, and we'll continue to work with our state partners in a defensive posture to protect Floridians from these out-of-state illegal aliens operating this large equipment.